Good evening, I'm Jason Wynn.
And I'm Emily Flores. Thank you so much for joining us here at Roy City Fire Department for a very special edition of our pop-up studio tours with ABC4. Weather, obviously a big story tonight. We want to make sure that you're getting that information, keeping you safe tonight. We'll get to that in just a moment. First,
we want to share with why we're all here. And last week I reported on the weight of the call and the emotional aspect of it, because first responders have a lot of mental issues when it comes to that weight of the call.
Right.
And we are here in Roy City at Station 31 talking about that and continuing our conversation this evening.
And we want to make sure we mention too, this is a working firehouse at this point, so if there's any ambulance or fire truck that comes in,
we told them to come in because
yes.
It's a busy day. I mean, they've already had, what, 10, 11 calls so far. So
we want to bring light to this. So just in the last 6 months, there were three emergency
first responders
who lost their lives to suicide,
yes,
which is shedding a light on the stress of their jobs and really, again, like what your piece was titled, the weight of the call. To go into this, we want to talk with Detective, make sure we call this right, Detective Broc Gresham. We almost called him a sergeant earlier. We were giving him a promotion.
We're giving him a promotion.
With the Roy City Police Department. And you have to share too, Detective, you were telling us that you yourself, after 19 years working within law enforcement, you have felt the weight of the call.
Yeah, absolutely. There's many, many calls that I've been on through my career that have been rough to deal with, been things that I have to go home with and work through in my own mind.
And it's not an easy thing to do.
Sometimes it's not.
And you know, a part of the things that we were talking about in our story is when you go home, you kind of have to take off that uniform and become a normal person. So how do you make that transition so that your family is okay?
Yeah, you're right. All of us here, we all go home to families. We all have to go live normal lives just like everybody else. It's just a job that we come to, and we go home, and sometimes it's just like any other stress in everybody's life. That's why the peer support group program's kind of important. It's one way that we've decided, we figured out a way to kind of help with some of that stress.
Talk more about what the peer support is, because again, for all of us, just average everyday people, we don't know entirely what you deal with as emergency responders, and also what this peer support is, and that it's recent, it's new.
Yeah, the peer support program is a program that we have here at the police department. We've had it for a few years now, but it's basically just a program. There's 7 or 8 of us guys in the program right now, and all we do is we're just trying to make sure that the officers that are going out and helping out the citizens of Roy, trying to make sure that they're okay when it's all said and done, so that they've got someone to talk to when it's all said and done.
And Detective, you're a veteran. You've been on the force for 19 years. Talk to us about the holidays, because you have to feel a different weight of the call when it comes to the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming up on Thursday. Christmas, New Year's, it's right around the corner.
Yeah. It's just like everybody else. The holidays come and it's stressful enough. Right. The guys that I work with, the patrol officers, everyone in this building that I work with, they work long hours, and this is a rough job at times. And just like everyone else, it's a tough time of year. Thanksgiving and Christmas, you've still got to go home and do your family stuff. Now you're taking some stuff home that you had to see that was hard to deal with.
Right. We only have 30 seconds left. Thank you for your time, by the way. We just want to shed light. Peer support group is a recent thing, but you say already in the years that you didn't have the peer support group, compared to the years that you have had this come forward, do you see a change happening among your force?
I really do, and I think that it's going to grow and grow, and it's going to get bigger. It's just slight right now, but I do think it's
probably hard to open up after so many years of not talking.
That's what all of us think, cops and firemen alike. We don't necessarily like to go out and share anything that bothers us. We're out there trying to help people. But this is one of those programs where we can get involved and try to do that with the guys that we just keep an eye on each other.
Most definitely. Thank you so much for your time here today, Detective, and for opening up and really helping us bring to light, as you did so well this last week in your series, The Weight of the Call.